Hey everybody, it's Pastor RJ Stevenson here, and it's Thursday night. And tonight I have a completely interesting conversation for you. I'm so glad that you're joining me tonight. Once you come on, won't you put something down in the comments and let me know you're here? Say hello. Let me know where you're on from tonight. And what I want you to do as well is make sure that you are sharing this broadcast tonight, because what we're going to talk about tonight is going to be something that is going to revolutionize your life. It's going to revolutionize our communities, and I know it's something that you do not want to miss. So make certain that as you're coming on tonight, you're putting your information in the comments in the chat, and we want to make sure that you're watching both on Facebook Live as well as YouTube Live. You may be watching from a website somewhere. You may be watching from Holy Connection Media. No matter where you're watching from tonight, won't you put something down in the comment to let me know that you're on? Now, listen, the second thing I want you to do is make certain that you take a moment and share this content. Share it out so that people everywhere can hear the content that's going on tonight, because this conversation is going to be absolutely thought provoking. Now, I know down below you see something that says the Black and Hispanic Nutrition Initiative. And this is something I want to introduce you to tonight, because this concept, this initiative about how we can implement positivity in nutrition choices in our communities is something that is going to be vital for us moving forward. Listen, if you haven't made the switch, some of you all know I'm going through the Daniel fast right now. If you've been seeing my post on Facebook or Instagram, you've seen that I'm eating no meat, y'all. And if I can do that as a lifestyle change, you can embrace that same kind of change on your end as well. And I promise you, it won't kill you. It'll make you feel a whole lot better. So listen, I want to start the conversation tonight by introducing you to somebody who, first of all, is completely energetic. Okay, you have never met a person with as much energy as the person I'm getting ready to introduce you to. He called me one day and was like, "Hey, Pastor RJ, I see what you're doing. I believe that we can do something awesome on behalf of our communities. Let's get together and do something great." And hey, I don't want to take too much longer to introduce him to you, because I'm fired up and excited about the conversation. I want to introduce to everybody Mr. Troy Richardson. Listen, Troy, are you there with me tonight?
My God, my brother, my partner, my
Hey, man,
dude, I
how
am
you
here.
doing?
Man,
How
I'm
you doing
amazing.
tonight?
I feel amazing. I feel truly blessed and just my God, I'm on fire, man. I'm on fire. You
Man,
know
you
how
always
it is. Yes, yes, yes.
you are always on fire, and I'm so thankful that you're able to join me tonight for this intuitive and inspiring conversation about nutrition. Now, you called me one day and was like, "Hey, Pastor RJ, look, I got something that I think you should be a part of." And you know me, I'm always trying to do something, wherever I can, not just a pastor, but personally, to make certain that people are connecting themselves with the best way of life they possibly can. Can you tell everybody what the Black and Hispanic Nutrition Initiative is all about?
Oh, absolutely, man. The key word in this is nutrition. But we go deep with it because we're talking about the physical, the mental, the spiritual, and the financial food that we all need to prosper and have a better quality of life. So we're going to touch on all those principles within the BHNI, affectionately called the Black and Hispanic Nutrition Initiative. So we have some of the country's leading health coaches, nutritionists, financial coaches, Dr. Wayne Sonny Moore, mental health doctor. We have a certified yoga instructor who's also a classically trained chef. We have sponsor companies that are getting involved because they want to give back to the communities, man. We have companies that are offering estate planning and trust, health. We have health technology to help keep homes and businesses safe that's killing the COVID-2 virus. We've had so many organizations and individuals step up, Pastor RJ, to this initiative that, again, man, I stay up at night, I can't sleep because I'm constantly just overwhelmed with the blessings that are coming for this initiative, knowing the impact that it's going to have on our people in communities all across the country. It's just so exciting right now, man.
Man, I'm so glad to know that somebody else out there in the world is a chronic networker just like I am. Because, man, the people who you have brought to the table to pull this initiative together, this is nothing less than a blessing. I mean, people from all various industries all coming together to do something on behalf of nutrition. That's something that's not very heard of often. And I think we've brought some people together tonight who are going to make this conversation just worthwhile for everybody. Can you take a moment and introduce our invited guest, please?
Yes. Now, I'm not sure if we have Dr. William Sears on the line, if he jumped in, but I'm going to start off with the amazing lady, the amazing queen, my sister, better known as Miss Kim Schooler. And I'm so excited that Kim said yes to this. And she'll tell you, when she said yes, I literally screamed and I shouted. But Kim, she's a licensed attorney. She's living now in the Atlanta, Georgia area. She's a financial advisor. She's a lifetime giver. She has one of the biggest hearts I've ever seen in my life. She helps single moms and first responders with legal issues down in the Atlanta, Georgia area. She has her own law practice, her own financial business. She has a women's advocate organization called Only Blue Skies. She's big on domestic violence with women, man. She's oh my gosh, she's incredible. And again, just a true blessing that God has put her in my life. Because honestly, if I had seeked her out, if I was on a mission to find one of the most phenomenal giving women in the world, I'd still be searching. Only God can put her in my life. So that's what she means to me. And you're going to see everyone she touches in this initiative, every community we come across, they are going to feel the same way. So without further ado, let me introduce Miss Kim Schooler.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much, Troy. What a great introduction. I'm going to have you introduce me from now on. And Pastor RJ, thank you so much for including me in your special program tonight.
Thank you so much, Kim. I'm so glad that Troy was able to get in contact with you and bring you to the table, because your perspective tonight is going to be absolutely mind-blowing when it comes to how this initiative is going to be blessing our communities. Troy, Dr. Sears is there, so go ahead and let it rip. I want to see if you can top the introduction you just did for Kim.
Oh my God. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, pastors on this live feed. I'm telling you, pastors, we have to come to you. This is virtual, but you're going to feel the physical presence through this Zoom community. But that was Kim Schooler, and you're going to hear from her. And now I want to introduce Dr. William Sears, known all over the world as America's #1 pediatrician. This man has, I believe, 41 books, several bestsellers. To his credits, he's been on, I guess, every TV show you could think of, from Oprah to Good Morning America and everything in between. So many TV shows. He's the go-to pediatrician and family doctor to so many. And I just, again, I've been blessed that we are in a community of giving on the nutrition side. And from day one, Dr. Sears and I have had this mutual admiration for the way we look at life and we look at helping others. Dr. Sears also has donated one of his award-winning books, his latest book, I believe, The Healthy Brain Book. I believe about 1,500 copies that we are going to be able to bless several churches with this book, and I'll let him tell you about the book, but it is an overall guide to overall health, and it is going to impact families in a tremendous way. So that is what Dr. William Sears, call him Dr. Bill, and this is Kim Schooler. So, Pastor, I don't know if you want to let Kim talk first. I don't want to take over the format because, you know, once I start talking, I'm not going to stop, man.
I want to get Sears on the line. Hey, Doc, how you doing?
Oh, hi, Troy. Hi, Pastor. Hi, everyone.
How you doing?
You know, this is what an honor to join. What an honor to join you. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, sir. We hear you fine.
Can you hear me? Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Good.
Yes.
And what you know, I have an MD degree, but that actually means mission driven. And I'm very mission driven toward health and nutrition. And Troy, when you put all this together, I was so honored to be part of your great team. And that's why I thought my initial contribution is to donate 1,500 books. And Pastor RJ is going to figure out which churches will get them. And I think the books would be sort of like a textbook, sort of a pilot, or a path, I would call them, a path for those who want to make health their hobby. Spiritual health, mental health, physical health, financial health, all the things you stand for. And so it's my pleasure to donate those books. And my wish is that people who read them use them as a path. So many of my patients tells me, Dr. Bill, I know what I need to do. I just need some direction. I just need a path that I can go on and stay on. And the Healthy Brain book and the Dr. Sears T5 Wellness Plans, those two books that I'm donating will be used in our pilots to get this whole program going, and the health to get the health and wellness and the Black and Hispanic Nutrition Initiative sort of get going. And so thank you very much for being part of your team. It's a blessing and a privilege to be part of your team.
I'm so thankful that we're all able to join tonight in this conversation. I believe that as many people as see this as possible, it's going to change the possibilities of health and nutrition in our communities. Troy, I want to start with you. Troy, what made you do this? I mean, I know you care about the community. I know you're a chronic networker, but what was it that caused you to zero in on the Black and Hispanic community?
Well, I'm going to tell you, years ago, I was going to do something with CBD, something similar to this. But when I met Dr. Sears, and for those who don't know, Dr. Sears, you know, he was brought up in a low poverty Black neighborhood. So he's very familiar with the struggle. And again, single mom, didn't have a lot, in his own words, emotionally rich, not rich with money, but emotionally rich home that his mother provided. So he could relate to what I was trying to do. And then, you know, I was just one of those late nights thinking, I said, man, my Hispanic brothers and sisters are going through the same thing. As I'm looking at various statistics, I'm seeing the Hispanic community was like number 2. So I was like, I cannot do this. Then growing up in New York, I know I had to include my Spanish family. So then it just expanded into the Black and Hispanic Nutrition Initiative. And me with the financial background, knowing the disparity when it comes to the finances, everything just started to come together with lots of prayer and asking for guidance on what I should do. God put the plan out, man, and I started reaching out to various coaches and the individuals that I knew had my like mind and my like heart and my like spirit, and they would present themselves in the manner that I felt comfortable with in this platform. And as we get further into this, and you start to see who these coaches are, and if you go to the website bhni.org and get familiar with who those coaches are, you will see that this is an elite team of professionals that every one of them has a unique gift, and they're going to deliver this gift in a volunteer manner, which is also incredible. Everyone is volunteering their time. We are not charging for these webinars. We're going to give people loads of valuable information and content that if they take action, keyword, take action, then they will start to develop changes in their life by making one simple change, maybe at a time, in their lifestyle and in their mindset. But if they take heed to what these coaches are telling them and teaching them, we are telling you, you will change. Your family's dynamics will change. Your kids' future will be brighter, and everyone will stop looking for stimulus checks from the government, and they will start to create their own stimulus. Imagine that, a society where you're not worried about someone giving you a check because you're making it your own. But again, if you listen to what these amazing coaches are going to teach you, then you're going to change your life, and you're going to change the mindset, and you're going to change the trajectory of your entire life, of your family. And this is communities across the nation.
So I believe Kim is one of our associate coaches, correct?
She is the financial leader. She's also a coach, but she is the head of the financial team, so to speak.
Miss Kim, how does the initiative impact financial health in our communities?
Well, I love the fact that this whole initiative is centered around the word nutrition, because it does go to, it's not just, physical food, it's financial food, it's spiritual food, it's mental food, it's all of those things that go together to make us healthy people. On the financial side, I know a lot of people feel this amazing financial stress because of the times we're living in today, in addition to all kinds of other stress. And that financial stress hurts your health in good times, let alone in these horrific times that we're living in now, when stress is at an all-time high. Unfortunately, there isn't a lot of information out there. There isn't a lot of food for what we need to make ourselves financially healthy. It's not taught in schools. We didn't learn it in elementary school, middle school, high school. And unless you took a personal finance class in college, you didn't get this kind of information. So learning basic financial information that goes beyond how to sign up for a credit card, or how to sign up for a student loan, or how to set a budget. Having those financial tools will help someone for the rest of their lives on the financial side, but helping to relieve themselves of that horrible financial stress because they're on track, they're making informed decisions, and they're gaining financial independence. Doing away with that stress will help them on their health side as well as mentally and spiritually. So it affects so many things.
So now we've talked about how we're doing something to initiate health in our financial nutrition, but we also have Dr. Bill Sears here. Dr. Sears, tell us how approaching our health from a nutrition perspective can also be a valuable resource in our communities.
Did he freeze? Is he froze?
I don't know. It looks like he may be frozen.
Troy, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we
Yes,
can hear you.
sir. We hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
I can't hear you well, but do you want me to say anything?
Yes.
Okay, got it. All right. Now, let me know if you can't hear me. But a word that keeps coming to my mind when I'm hearing you, Troy, is the term transformation. We not only need to change our way of living and eating and thinking, but we need a transformation, an inside job that's lifelong. And that's why in our courses, in our teaching, we're going to stress so much mental health, to be happy inside, because your brain is the master director of this beautiful symphony orchestra, our body that God has created. The brain is our orchestra leader. So a lot of our courses will have to do with our happiness inside, our mental state of mind, peace of mind, peace of mind. And so that's why I want to stress that people who take our course, who take our to get into what we have to offer, will be just feel better mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, and that's our goal here.
Now I know everybody's super excited just from having heard the information that's being shared, but it wouldn't be a good resource for you if we didn't tell you how to get connected to it. So, Troy, you want to tell everybody how the initiative works and how they can get connected to the initiative and how they can get access to the resources we're providing?
Absolutely. You go to the website, www.bhni.org, and you just schedule a consultation. Just use the contact form. You'll see it. It's in a couple places, and you'll be able to tailor what you want us to come in and do, whether it's health, nutrition, financial literacy. You could choose as many as you want. We can come back and do multiple dates. That doesn't matter. Just let us know, like I said, what you're interested in. We will follow up. We will have a Zoom call with you, and we're going to hash it out. We're going to figure out the schedule. We're going to work with you on your schedule, and we're going to give you what you want. Wasn't that a song? Give the people what they want. Pastor RJ, I know you probably know the song, but we're going to give the churches what they want. It doesn't matter. We also have other programs. You will see those on there, such as fundraising programs. I have an organization that is the #1 fundraising organization in America. Believe it or not, yes, they've signed up to provide fundraising for the organizations that are aligned with the BHNI. So just go to the website, www.bhni.org, and all the information is there. Just fill out the form, leave your contact information, and we will definitely get right back to you.
So Dr. Sears has donated 1,500 copies of his book. And man, that is just amazing to me how he's made this book available for churches and organizations all over the country for us to be able
if I
to
just interject a little thought. Many of your parishioners and all are probably taking too many medicines. And one of the things we're going to teach is that inside your body is your own personal pharmacy, that God put within our body a personal pharmacy to make our own medicines, because God knew we're human and we're going to mess it up by how we eat and live and think. So to help that, there is inside our body a personal pharmacy that we make our own medicines. We make our medicines that lower the highs like high cholesterol, high blood sugar, high blood pressure, medicine that raise the lows like antidepressants, medicines that mellow our moods, anti-anxieties, medicines that heal our hurts, anti-inflammatory. And the medicines you make are safer and better than what you take because they're custom made just for you. So you will learn about, you have a personal pharmacy inside that makes your own medicines, the skills that go along with your pills.
That is awesome. Now, Troy, how is it that we're connecting churches with this opportunity? And then I got like the question of the night from Ms. Kim.
What's your question? How are we connecting with the churches?
How are we using churches to connect the opportunity with the community?
Oh, well, the churches, in my opinion, if we're going to make a difference, have an impact on the state of emergency of our health and our finances in our communities, in the Black and Hispanic communities, then it's going to have to be with the help of the churches, right? And the women. This is the only way we're going to make a difference. The women and our churches. So that's why I designed this thing, so we could align with the pastors, with the community leaders, so that we can implement these programs, again, for free. We are going to be an extension of the health and wellness ministries of churches across this country. This is my vision. This is what God has put in front of me. We are going to be an extension of any outreach you might have for the community, because we want you to invite the community in and make this available to them. Again, it's virtual. All you have to do is sit in your home and maybe have a Zoom watch party, whatever you want to do. But we need to mobilize in masses. The same way we mobilize in masses to get to vote, we need to do the same thing for our health. There's a video out there as part of the press release. It's called Forks Over Knives. And in that video, the narrator says this next generation will be the first generation that does not outlive their parents. That's real talk. Dr. Sears will tell you, kids are getting prescribed medicine, heart medicine, I believe, Dr. Sears, at 8 years old, 10 years old, it doesn't matter, right? Kids are being prescribed heart medicine. And this is because they are inheriting the diets of their parents. So we must stop this right now. There's not another day that's going to go by that we can't do it, because people are perishing at a much higher rate at a much earlier age. So we have to do something now. And this is my way of stopping it in its tracks by educating. But again, the key word, and we must follow up, is taking action on what Dr. Sears is going to tell you, on what Kim and her team is going to tell you. It's meaningless unless you take action. So my goal is to have churches that we have accountability teams that can hold each one accountable, because again, we're trying to save lives and enrich lives and make people reach for that prosperity that we were born into. You know, God wanted us all to live abundantly, abundant health, abundant wealth. No one was meant to live in poverty. So we have to realize the power that we have, and it is within us. Nobody's forcing us to go eat the fast food. Nobody's doing that. Nobody's forcing parents to go fill the pantry with Doritos and Keebler cookies. Nobody's doing that. So it starts with our mindset. We can make the change. We can make the change. So I hope I answered your question, RJ, and gave you a little extra.
Absolutely. You actually gave me an alley-oop, because I'm going to dunk it on home by asking Kim the question of the night for me. Kim, when we're talking about nutrition and as an initiative, what can we do now to make sure that we're holistically preparing ourselves for a holistic life through finances, The government is preparing again to massage another stimulus check into the economy. That's going to bring dollars in our communities. But oftentimes, what we see is after we get a stimulus check of any sort, it increases spending, but it does not increase the financial health of the community for longevity. What can we do? Just some simple tips. What can we do with this initiative to start causing our communities to experience economic development that will cause us to be sustainable financially?
Number one is financial education. You know, having that financial education as the foundation, which is, I mean, such a great thing that Troy is doing with this BHNI initiative, is about pushing information out, educating our communities about things that they haven't been educated on or haven't been encouraged to listen to. And if we spend the time educating and learning, I think that will have a significant change, cause a significant change in communities, because people will start making better choices, informed choices. A goal won't be just a dream in the future. It'll be something that you're working towards because you're taking the action steps now to accomplish that. You know, that $600 in stimulus money, if you're making informed choices, then you're looking at what your goals are, what your debts are, what you need to do to help that money grow over time, or to stop the high rate of interest that you're paying on some debt that you have. $600 isn't going to change your life, but if you do the right thing with $600 today, I guarantee you 10 years from now, 20 years from now, that $600 is going to make a big difference in your life.
Now, Kim, you talked about this $600, and I know it's going to make a big difference in somebody's life because somebody is waiting on that $600 right now to pay the
Right.
bill they got today.
Right.
But what I know as well is that it is very difficult to teach people who've never had money how to manage something that they've never had. It's very difficult to give someone an injection of cash and say, hey, I want you to take this cash and budget this cash when they've been living their life off of late fees. How is it that we're going to be able to cause the next generation of young people in our communities to be able to live a holistic life financially?
And I mean, my answer again is education. Education of our children, but also education of the parents, because our children follow our examples. If we're living paycheck to paycheck, if we are, paying exorbitant interest rates, that's the legacy we're passing on to our children. And so I urge parents to stop and look at what they're doing and to get the knowledge, get the education, and make the changes to set that example for their children. There's nothing on the financial side that can change somebody's life more than basic financial education. And it's not Wall Street stuff. It's not bank stuff. It's not things that you think are a lot of math or very complicated. It's really pretty basic. And when I am working with someone, especially women, survivors of domestic violence, who have gotten out of a bad situation with just the shirts on their backs and their children holding their hands, we do it with baby steps. Step by step, you start building your financial future. It's impossible unless you're going to win the lottery or something like that. And I don't recommend people go buy lottery tickets. But it's something that you build slowly over time, just like building a house brick by brick. It's the same thing with your financial future. We do that with education, setting the example for the next generation.
Now, Troy, we've talked about nutrition holistically. We've talked about nutrition from a perspective of finances. We've talked about nutrition from a perspective of health. Now, we know that we got to be holistic with mind, body, and spirit. What do you want to see pastors and churches do to add to this initiative?
continuing education. We are going to lay the foundation, as Kim said, to build that house. We will always be a constant resource to come back. But once we present and give the content and the information, which will be recorded, you can consistently play over, we need to have consistent reinforcement. And again, back to the accountability. Maybe you have groups set up to who's going to start eating a whole food plant diet and stick to it. Who's going to eliminate red meat? You know what I mean? And again, one simple change at a time. You don't have to change everything. You can if you want to. I encourage you. But if you can make one simple change at a time and just start to move forward towards that ultimate goal of complete financial, spiritual, physical, and mental overall great health, then that's all we can ask. We know it didn't get this way overnight. It's not going to change overnight. But the process has to remain the same, moving forward. That mindset has to continue to move forward. No slipping, no backsliding on this health initiative. Again, we can't afford it. We want this next generation to live long as other generations have. Why should their cards be dealt the way they are when it's no fault of their own? You know what I mean? We have to take responsibility for the next generation. We have to teach them better. We have to give them guidelines like the Healthy Brain book. Kim didn't mention, but on the financial side, there is another book called How Money Works, Stop Being a Sucker. Okay, I can't say there's 1,500 books going to be available, but there will be some of those books available. And you have to, again, make it a daily ritual, a part of your life, your lifestyle, to continually grow by listening to these coaches and listening to and reading and adhering to what is in the books. That's the only way we're going to make a difference. So we need the pastors for that buy-in, because the pastors are going to lead their congregations the way they lead them. So if they lead them towards a path of less bake sales and maybe fresh produce sales, you know what I mean? That's Pastor RJ. That's what you're doing. You know, let's give you some applause for what you're doing at New St. Paul AME with your Garden of Miracles, a number of tower gardens growing fresh fruits and vegetables for the community, not only the church, but the entire surrounding community that you are impacting lives. And I know there's healthier people down in Tampa, Florida, because of your efforts. So if we can get the pastors to buy in, just like you, Pastor RJ, then we're going to have something here. This is going to be successful. And let me just mention, for my Spanish-speaking people out there, my familia, the website is available in Spanish. All you got to do is click on the top left, and it is translatable. So if you don't speak English, that's okay. That's okay. Everything is translatable. But my vision is that this crosses over to all churches. Not that if a church came to us now that's not a Black or Hispanic church, we're going to turn them away. Heck no. That's not how God works. This is for all people. It's just that my focus is where we need it right now to make a difference that is so needed right now, because so many are dying and just not living healthy. But this program is for everyone. Let me just say that, okay? I don't want anyone to feel like you cannot come to us, because no one's going to be turned away. God doesn't turn anyone away. So this is the same thing with this initiative. But again, I'm just so blessed to be in the company of everyone associated with this, including you, Pastor RJ, because like you said, when I first saw what you was doing, I was like, man, I got to meet this dude. And, you know, anybody will tell you, I'm picking up the phone. I don't have no hesitation. I'm going to get to know you. You're going to have to hang up on me, say, get out of my life. That's the only way you're going to get rid of me. But when I feel like that energy and you on the same level of mindset that you want to make change, then I'm going to reach out to you. And that's what I did. And thank you for not hanging the phone up on me, Pastor.
Well, you said you want to make change. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to sort of instigate some change right quick. Now, we talked about accountability, right? So I'm accountable for everything that got to do with Tampa, Florida in terms of these churches, all right? So I guarantee you that I will take it to be my personal endeavor to reach out to the churches in the Tampa Bay area and make certain that they have a connection to the resources from the Black and Hispanic Nutrition Initiative. I not only will make sure that the churches in Tampa have access to it, but I also go to Central North Carolina and make sure that there's access in Central North Carolina and Eastern North Carolina. I will also go to Arkansas and make sure that the Little Rock region and Central Arkansas region has access to this as well. But now I am only one pastor, and I'm going to do all I can to make sure that I protect my block, my hood, and my city. But other pastors, I need for you all to take this same initiative and make it available for the people of your congregations in your community. It is your voice that is necessary for us to be able to push this initiative out. Dr. Sears has blessed us with a bountiful amount of books. All you got to do is go to the website, sign up for the books, get the curriculum, make this information accessible to your communities, to your neighborhoods, so that our congregations and our neighborhoods and communities that we serve can get access to this wonderful information. I'm just overwhelmed by the way that God has allowed all of these resources to come together. I didn't have to write the book. Somebody else had the initiative to write the book. It's my job to connect myself with being the solution to somebody else's problem. I might not even see the person that is going to read the book that will have the lifelong change. But it's my job to make sure that as a pastor, I intersect myself with purpose and destiny and bless the community. That's my job. That's what God has charged and called me to do. And as an initiative, we're coming together to provide this for communities all over the country. We're coming together to provide this for communities in Black communities, in Hispanic communities, in white communities, in low income communities, in the suburbs. I don't care. We don't care where this is, but we're using the churches to push this information out to the community because the church should be a resource that the community will know is valuable towards creating change in lives. And I'm so excited about being a part of this initiative. Troy, do you have any final closing words for us tonight as we wrap up?
My God, I just want to reach out to the pastors. And as my pastor up in New York, Reverend Jesse Boyd Bottoms, always says, you know, the doors to the church are open. The doors to the BHNI are open. All you got to do is walk up and let's pray together and let's come together and put some dates together. Riverside Church up in New York, Reverend Deborah Northern, I've called you. You know, I've reached out to you. I know we're just getting over the holidays, but I want to launch this through Riverside Church, world famous Riverside Church. You know, my buddy from the Air Force, Reverend Gil Pickett in Corona, Queens, Mount Horeb. I'm shouting everybody out that I've spoken to. Dr. Young with the Baptist Convention, the Southern Baptist Missionaries, so many churches, organizations I've reached out to. Pastor Willie T. Lawson up here in Maryland, we need you guys to take action. There's no reason not to. This is a free resource. All you have to do is go to the website, www.bhni.org, and fill out the information, and let's connect, and let's put it together, and let's change and impact lives. And as the logo says, the BHNI, inspiring and healing communities while elevating hope. That's what we're doing. God bless you all.
Dr. Sears,
I don't see Dr. Sears. I think we lost him.
All right, Kim, do you have any final words for us tonight?
Well, again, I so appreciate being included in this program, and it does start with the churches. I mean, that is, as you said, that is the resource for the community, and it's a brilliant place to start such a needed program. Everyone, please go to the website. Please talk to your pastors. Talk to the congregants who are decision makers. And let's get some great information out there.
Well, thank you all again so much for joining me tonight for this in-depth and necessary conversation about how we can get the Black and Hispanic Nutrition Initiative out to the masses. We've got resources. We've got a wealth of knowledge from industries outside of nutrition. I'm talking about holistic health, holistic wealth, holistic finances, holistic spiritual health. I mean, we're talking about nutrition all the way around, and we want to bring this opportunity to you in your neighborhood. Listen, maybe you're not a member of a church. Maybe you're just a person in the community who wants to get your community connected to this resource. Go to the website. Go to www.bhni.org. Sign up. Get your community the information that they need in order to connect with this powerful resource. We're so glad that Dr. Sears could come back on. Dr. Sears, do you have any final remarks for us tonight?
Yes, thank you, Pastor. I want our listeners to just imagine, what do you want to be in 10 or 20 or 30 years or 40 years? What do you want to see clearly with good vision? Do you want to think clearly? Do you want to walk without pain? You know, health is wealth. And I think our human body is one of the greatest, if not the greatest, of God's designs. And in our ministry, which is what I think I can summarize everything we said in our ministry is to help everyone listening tonight and many thousands more to make your own medicines, to open your personal pharmacy, and use your body along the path that God designed for you.
I think that Dr. Sears' question hit the nail on the head. Where do you want to be?
Yes.
Well, we want you to be a part of the Black and Hispanic Nutrition Initiative. To do that, go to the website, www.bhni.org, to get more information about how you and your community can be connected to the wealth and valuable resources that we're making available for you. Thank you to everybody for watching tonight. Thank you, Troy and Kim and Dr. Sears, for making yourself available for this powerful conversation. We look forward to seeing you all soon.
Thank you, Pastor. Great job. Thank you. Thank you so much for the platform. And
Bye,
thank you all.
everyone. Thank you.